Here we go. It's time for our first ever transfer window with Nottingham Forest, and hopefully we have a really big rebuild. Hello, welcome to Club 3, Part 4 of the Globe Explorer. In today's episode, we shall be playing through our summer transfer window. But before we do any of that, let's take a look at the budgets. So the budgets are, the wage budget is £2.4 million per week, which isn't too bad. And transfer budget stands at 11.77 million. That's at the moment, but I'm sure we will sell a couple players. So wage budget, the available wage budget is 300,000. So a lot of wages to play around with. We do have some clauses we can sell, but I'm not going to at the moment. We are actually signing one player. Apart from back and Lookman, obviously we already knew we were signing those. Matthias Miranda, we're signing him on the 12th of June, so I will announce him when he eventually joins. So I'm sure he'll be a very good player, 18 years old, so potentially a wonder kid, who knows. The season review seems to come a bit later. Usually comes straight after the final league game of the season, but nope. So we're going to do it in reverse order. So we will do the expectations first. So expectations for next year. They want me to make the most of set pieces. That's fine. Play high tempo pressing football. That's basically what we've been doing. Work within the wage budget. That's fine. There's a whole bunch of contract sort of stuff, but that's fine. Finish mid-table in the Premier League. That is all good. All good, but that's all fine. Alright, end of season team meeting. Hi, guys. Premier League. So, mid-table. That's fine. Nothing else. Nothing else to say. You can all have a good holiday, lads. See you when you come back, which is the 9th of July. So you have about a month and a half off. So that's not too bad. Alvaro Fernandez has got the release scores, has he? 33 million. Is anyone years wanted by Crystal Palace? I wouldn't mind keeping him. What was he like last year? It wasn't too bad. We'll see if anyone can make breaks out release scores. I doubt. Oh, the release scores. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, the release scores is only clubs and champions. Oh, it's fine. We don't need to worry about giving him a new contract. I doubt he's going to be wanted by any Champions League. Who did qualify for the Champions League? Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man United. Okay, I don't think he's going to sign for any of them because he's not good enough for the Champions League. But you never know. Right. Oh, end of season review is here. Right. So didn't win anything, but it doesn't matter. So let's take a look at the signings I signed. So I signed Paul Grabasi. He was a good loan. I very much doubt he's going to join us for next year because he was. I gotta be honest with you. He was a emergency signing because I didn't think Anderson was going to join in time, but he did. Speaking of Anderson, he wasn't a bad player. I'm sure he'll play a lot more football for us this season. And Hector Forte is not a bad player, not bad known, but he was only a backup, so I wouldn't expect him to hang around with us next season. And who else did I sign? Was that it? Just those three players? Yeah, it was, yeah. So board expectation remained in the Premier League. We finished 11th. We smashed that with flying colours. Won't worry about the FA Cup and Carabao Cup because, well, I had something to do with the FA Cup. I lost 2-0 against Ipswich. Yeah, Carabao Cup was just embarrassing. I wasn't manager of it then, but just absolute embarrassing. I want to get to the semi-finals this year. Biggest win was a 5-1 win over Newcastle, which was I in charge of? Yes, I was. Match to remember was a 2-0 win over Tottenham, but I don't think I was involved with that game. No, I was not. And goal of the season went to Tyler Morton against Brentford, which again I was not. Yes, I was in 28th of yeah. I was in charge for that game. Just can't remember it. Annual revenue has gone down massively, or I wouldn't say massively, maybe just a smidgen, like 10% for each. Apart from competition prize money, which has gone up, interestingly. What did they do last year? Did they get knocked down in the third round last year for the FA Cup? I presume they did. Cup reputation has stayed the same. Popular shirt sales have been Dominguez, who is leaving us. I am trying to give him a new contract, but he won't budge. Gibbs, Wright, Chiquinho, Iheanacho, and Arias, why? He's been absolutely terrible. Then the best 11 for us was Fernandez, Livramento, Soleil, Alvarez, Lewis, Dominguez, and Sangare. Chiquinho, Gibbs, Wright, Franco, who is no longer at the club, he's at Sporting. As he's been getting on, played 6 games, 0 goals, 0 assists. I'm glad we sold him. Then he actually finishes the lineup up front. I did win Manager of the Month for April, so that's very good. Livramento got fans player of the season. Kubasi got young player. Iheanacho got top goal scorer with 14 goals. Yeah, that's definitely an area we need to improve in for next year. Definitely the goal scoring area, I reckon. The fastest goal was Tyro Aranui with 13 seconds, but that's impressive. I mean it, absolutely impressive. Right, we will just continue just a couple more times, just to see if we do get a couple offers with any of our players, which I don't think we will. Livramento heading for Milan. Jurgen Klopp is the manager for Milan by the looks of it. Wow. He's not taking him. Does he have a release clause? He doesn't, but if they offer 60 million, who knows? Who knows if we might accept it? I very much doubt it, but you never know. We are trying to sell some players. I reckon half of this squad will probably end up being sold because most of it is sort of a bit rubbish. Obviously, Avery and Lister are being released. I wouldn't mind trying to sell Paulson, Morton. We'll keep him because he is English, but he is on the chopping block. Like with most of these 2.5-star players, they are potentially going. Obviously, Areola is injured, so we will have to get in another goalkeeper. But we'll worry about transfers when the transfer window has opened. We will take a look at Sheffield Wednesday because I did promise you I would do that in the last episode. And by the looks of it, they are in the playoff final. Obviously, I am going to watch that game off camera just to see if they do make it up to the Premier League. Obviously, if they do, I will tell you about it. But so anyway, I'm going to come back when the transfer window has opened, and hopefully we will have a couple new faces to announce. Here we go. The transfer window has now opened. We haven't signed anyone just yet. Actually, apart from Miranda, we haven't signed anyone else. We will introduce him shortly, but let's firstly see who we've been rumoured with. So we've been rumoured with 3 players. First one being Cosimo Grasso. I mean, what a name. Youngster, so might not be a bad player. We could potentially get him in on a loan or transfer. The next signing, but next rumour is Alexander Barr. 31 years old. I mean, he's not young, but you never know. Christopher Clarkson, a goalkeeper, Norwegian. So he might not be a bad backup, but see what his scout report comes back as. But you never know. But I very much doubt we're going to sign any of those players. Maybe Grasso, he's probably a potential signing because we do need a couple of strikers. There's the confirmation of Iheanacho joining Southampton for a total of 13.75 million. Obviously, don't need to worry about the total because that was last year's. Then we have confirmed the signing of Matthias Miranda, who is a Argentinian centre-back, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential, good championship player at the moment, but potentially Premier League, signed from Valet for 7.5 million, so quite a cheap transfer. Judging by his value, I reckon we could make him a pretty big profit on him, I reckon. Let's welcome him in. That's fine. We could, yes, we will accept those offers, those two players. What position do I feel you could do strengthening in? I'm going to be honest with you. I think striker, because both of our strikers are leaving. I mean, actually, you know what? Speaking of players leaving, we are selling a whole load of players. So Omar Richards is joining Al Khalij at the end of this year for 13.25 million. Nicholas Dominguez has had an offer for Ajax, so I expect he will be going there, but he did reject them in January, so he probably will. Either way, he is leaving us at the end of this year. Then Lewis Miley is joining Hoffenheim for 8.75 million. Sean Arias is joining Granada for 4.8 million, potentially rising to 9.5. Then Tyro Aranoyi is joining Al Raid for 12 million. So that transfer money has gone into the transfer budget, which does give us a total of £50.9 million. We are trying to sign a right winger. That is Kylian Massart. He's a Belgian right winger or centre mid, but I think his best position is centre mid, judging by the pace of him. So I reckon he'll be a very good player if he gets he is a wonder kid, by the way. I think I mentioned that, but he should be coming in, depending on if he does get a work permit. When's it say he's due to sign? It doesn't have a date yet. 16th, so still got a couple more days. We will just click forward a couple more times. There you go. Ajax are to sign Dominguez. Shame we can't sell him now and get a bit of money for him, but he is 30 years old and he did want to leave on a free, so there's not a lot I could have done about that, really. But we probably won't go forward to the 16th. We probably will, but I very much doubt it. But let's take a look at... Oh, we've got some offers for players, actually. It's just a loan offer, so I think those have been... No, they haven't been accepted just yet. But let's take a look at the squad. So obviously, we've got players leaving, so it's very difficult to tell who is actually staying. So, yeah, we won't worry about the state of the squad just yet. But I do just want to get through to the 16th just to see if his work permit does get accepted, which it should, but I don't know because he is only 19. But we will see. It's the 16th now. Does it get accepted? Does it? Come on. Yes, it does. Right, we've got our second signing in for this summer. That is Kylian Massart. He's a fantastic player. Belgian right winger, 3.5 star current ability, 5-star potential. Good Premier League player. He is better than Chiquinho on the right. Mind you, I prefer Chiquinho out on the left, but his career might be done, Chiquinho. I don't really know. But we have signed him from Club Brugge for 26.5 million. Was a release clause, so we did have to pay it all up front. But look at his value. We'll definitely make some decent money from him. So that's taken a big hit on the transfer budget. It's down to 23.5 million. So it's not too bad. We will just have to do some of it on installments. But bearing in mind, I don't really know who else I'm going to sign. Obviously, I know we need a goalkeeper or two, just a goalkeeper. But we could probably just get a cheap one or a freebie. I don't really know. Probably have to utilise some of the loans, try and get some foreign loans in. But what a signing. What a signing he is. He's going to be absolutely superb for us this year. So I'm going to come back just after the 30th of June, after all these players have left the club. Then the wage budget should be really high then. At least $500,000, I reckon. Transfer budget probably might have stayed the same, but you never know. But hopefully, I will have signed a couple more players in a couple weeks' time. It's currently the 5th of July. We've signed a couple players, but we haven't signed a huge amount of players, if you know what I mean. So let's take a look at some of the transfers we've done so far. We are in the process of trying to bring in Giacomo Giotto, who is a right back but can also play left back. But I am planning him to be like a backup right back. But he does have very decent potential, so hopefully he comes in within the next coming days. He should be able to. Then we have also given a contract to Loftus-Cheek. Hopefully he's coming in, so he'll be like Dominguez's replacement. So he literally plays in the same position. Then we've also made an offer for Santiago Ferreira. Hopefully he comes in, but Defensor Sporting have been quite. They've been quite. They've not been. I suspect he's not going to come in, but who knows? You never know. So the transfers we have done so far. So obviously you all know about the going outs, but I'll go through them once again. Dominguez has joined Ajax on a free transfer. Arias joined Granada for 9.5 million. Miley joined Hoffenheim. Abanoy joined Al Reed. Omar Richards has joined Al Khaleej. Anthony Alanga has joined Monza for 30 million. Casey McIntyre has joined Bologna for 11.5 million. And Jordan Carey joined Cardiff for 58k. So that has given us a whopping total of 97 million. That is absolutely amazing. And we have signed a couple more players. Apart from Miranda and Matsart, because you've already met them, we have signed Christopher Clausen, who is a Norwegian goalkeeper, 3-star current ability, decent Premier League goalkeeper. But we have signed him from Genoa for £5 million. He is going to be our backup for this year, or maybe first choice if Fernandes goes. And we have confirmed the signings of Lookman and a back. Yeah, that was nothing to do with me. That was the previous manager. I didn't want to sign them, but I kind of had no choice. So this is what the budgets are currently looking like: 26.5 million, 610k still on the wage budget. So room for shifties to happen, but I very much doubt I will. But at the moment, this is what the squad looks like. I am trying to get rid of a couple players, two of them being Zacharian and Murillo. Those are the two players I want to get rid of. Paulson, he can just stick around because I think he is homegrown. He's not homegrown. When did we sign him? He must be getting close to homegrown status if he can. Actually, who is homegrown at the club? Paulson and Miranda. Paulson is homegrown. We might have to just keep him about because we don't have a lot of people that can be homegrown at this club. Might have to sign some youngsters. I think that's what we might have to do. But anyway, this is what the squad currently looks like. So the two goalkeepers we've got Clausen and Fernandes. Centre backs at the club we've got Anderson, Saleh, and back Miranda and Murillo, who is we are trying to sell him. He is wanted by a whole host of clubs. Then right back, we've just got Livramento at the moment. Then left back, we've just got Jamal Lewis at the moment. Hopefully try and get a decent youngster in, or a youngster with 5-star potential, preferably an 18-year-old who can be homegrown, or hopefully get to homegrown status. Then centre mids, we've got... Oh, God, we've also got Alvarez at centre. Oh, we're overloaded in the centre-back position. I don't think I mentioned him. So we've got Alvarez, Miranda, and back Saleh. Yeah, we've got 5. I mean, one of these will have to go. I expect Alvarez might end up going because he is on the chopping block. I'm certainly not selling him back because he's literally just arrived. Saleh's just arrived. I don't know who I'm going to sell. I might not sell any of them, to be fair. Then centre mid, we've just got Morton and Chowdhury. Obviously, he's had a bid from Real Betis and Alaves, so he's probably out the door. So, is it just Tyler Morton as our only centre mid? And we've obviously Massart can also play centre mid, but he can also play right winger. What is his best position? I think probably a right winger. Is he the best centre mid? I third best, but we make do with it. We don't know what he is yet. So at the moment we've got 1 centre mid, so we potentially need 2 or 3 more centre mids. Then right wingers we've got Mussart and all of our wingers basically can play on both sides, which is, I guess it's kind of good, but it's kind of confusing. So the wingers we've got, right side of wingers, we've got Mussart. I guess Chiquinho is sort of a right winger. Then Lookman is definitely a left winger, so we don't need any more players on the right hand side. Possibly another left winger. And Paulson, you're just a utility player. You're not going to get much game time this year, but we'll keep you around just for the homegrown at club player. And centre attacker mids, we've just got Gibbs White. Obviously, we've got Sakarian as well, but I am planning on selling him because he is absolute terrible. Then we need 2 strikers as well. So both full backs on each side, 2 or 3 centre mids, a left winger, and 1 or 2 strikers, and that is transfer business done. So I reckon 7 players before our first league game, which is against Man United. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, it should be that hard because we do have plenty of budgets there, so it should be quite simple. But then again, I do have to know who to sign. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky, but all transfer windows are going to be tricky at some point. So hopefully, by the time of the first league game of the season, I will have assembled a full Premier League squad fit enough for European football, hopefully. Well, it's the first day of a brand new Premier League season, and I think we have done some terrific transfers. Let's show you who I signed throughout the whole of today's episode. We'll start off with the players that we signed on the back end of last season, starting with Matthias Miranda. He is a Argentinian centre-back, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Good championship player at the moment, but potentially can be Premier League. Signed him from Valais for 7.5 million. Their net signing on the back end of last season was Kylian Bassart. He's a Belgian right winger and can also play centre mid, but I've brought him in to play right winger. He's 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Wonder Kid, most importantly, he's a good Premier League player at the moment. Signed him from Club Brugge for 26.5 million. Moving on to the players that we signed this season. The first one being Christopher Claesson. He's a Norwegian goalkeeper, 3-star current ability, 3-star potential. Decent Premier League player. Signed him from Genoa for £5 million. Next 2 signings I'm not even going to bother mentioning because they were here last season, and the manager, I presume he had like a mandatory future fee on them, and they are Lookman and them back. So they're here this season. Didn't want them to be, but yeah, it's nothing to do with me. Their next signing is Giacomo Girotto. He is a Italian right back, could also play left back, but he is right footed, so he probably is a right back. He is 2.5-star current ability, 4-star potential. Good championship player at the moment, but potentially Premier League. We signed him from Udinese for 11.5 million. And next signing is Sergio Reguilon. He's a Spanish left back, 3-star current ability, decent Premier League player. We signed him from Juventus for £6 million. So not a bad signing, that is. I'd take that. Good experienced player. Their next signing is Lennon Miller. He's a Scottish centre mid, 22 years old, 2.5-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. Leading championship player at the moment, but potentially Premier League. Signed him from Motherwell for £16 million. Might have overpaid for him, but honestly, looking at the value, I don't think I have. Their next signing is Mohamed Ali Chou. He's a French striker, bags of pace, 3.5-star current ability, good Premier League player at the moment. We signed him from Lecce for £53 million, so quite a lot, but he looks quite decent. Next signing is Alex Cardines. He's a English centre mid, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. Good Premier League player at the moment. He's on loan from Arsenal for the rest of this season. Made a couple of Premier League appearances last year and the year before. So I reckon he'll be a fantastic player. The next loan signing is Mark Gu. I think that's how you pronounce it, Gu. Again, do I look Spanish to you? He's a Spanish striker, 3.5-star current ability. Good Premier League player. He's on loan from Barcelona for the rest of his season. Has played a lot of games for Barcelona last year, most of them being off the bench, but scored 10 goals in the Liga, so I reckon it'll be a fantastic signing. Again, another striker with decent pace. We've got two strikers with two very fast strikers. Their next signing is Thompson Menezes. He's a Brazilian centre attacker mid, 2-star current ability, 5-star potential. Could think one player, but potentially Premier League. He came from INT for £3.7 million, so quite cheap. Bags of value, so we'll definitely make a decent profit on him if we ever happen to sell him. Their next signing is Tim Schiller. He's a German centre mid, 2.5-star current ability, 4-star potential. Good Championship player, but potentially Premier League. He's on loan from Werder Bremen for the whole of this season, I think. Yeah, whole of this season. So it'll be a good signing, I think. Then last signing is Tim Bockman. He's a German left winger, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Good Championship player at the moment, but potentially Premier League. We signed him from Lecce, another player from Lecce for £10.75 million. So that is all the transfers we have done. So let's take a look at the squad so far for this half of the season until the January transfer window, which I'm sure I will make some more signings. So I would like to bring in a couple more English players, because that's one thing we lack. English homegrown players, or players that are homegrown in England. So at the moment, this is the squad. Goalkeepers, we've got Klaassen and Fernandez. Ignore Collins because he's a under-21 player. Then right backs, we've got Livramento and Giroto. Centre backs, we've got Anderson, Sangare. No, not Sangare. Soleil and back, Miranda and Alvarez. Left backs, we've got Reguilon and Lewis, who we have promised he can go if a bid of 36.5 million comes in. He is wanted by Granada, but I don't think they'll offer that sort of money for him, but you never know. Then centre mids, we've got Cardines, Morton, Miller and Schiller. Then Schiller, imagine a midfield partnership of Miller and Schiller. That'd be absolutely amazing. I don't think that will be the partnership. Then right wingers, we've got, who do we have? We've got Massart and Chiquinho. Left wingers, we've got Lookman and Bockman. Attacking midfielders, we've got Gibbs White and Menezes. Strikers, we've got Mark Yu and Mohamed Ali Cho. So before we wrap up today's episode, let's take a look at the season preview. So we are predicted to finish 12th. That's not too bad. I will take that. I'm not sure where they were ranked at the big last season. And in case you haven't realised, Sheffield Wednesday lost in the playoff final on penalties to Blackburn, but so unlucky. They were in the lead for quite most of the game, Sheffield Wednesday were, but they were just very unfortunate. So Massart is going to be one of our key players, and Livramento, can't argue with that. I mean, that's very good. I think looking at the team, I think we can easily qualify. Maybe not qualify for European football, but maybe go having like a good push for it. Maybe like finish like 10th or 9th or a similar position to last year. Definitely don't want to be anywhere near the relegation zone, but I don't know. I reckon it's going to be a good season. So I will see you all tomorrow, where we'll be playing our first ever Premier League fixtures of the brand new season against Man United and Everton. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.